Hey guys, what's up? This is Basketball Bro. I hope you're having a great day, and today I'll be talking about some of the best chants in college basketball. One of the things that I think really separates college basketball from a lot of other sports leagues in the country is the fact that how passionate their fan base is. A lot of times it's student sections, it's people who go to the college, and it's alumni, and they fill up these 10, 15,000 person arenas, sometimes even smaller, and they just are so passionate. And there's a rich history with a lot of these chants, and it's just a great thing for sports in general. Also, don't forget that if you like this video to hit that like button, and if you want more content like this, make sure to subscribe. That'd be greatly appreciated. Alright, so on to the video. When I was first thinking about chants to put in this video, the one that came to mind is probably the most historical chant on the list. It's very old, and it's also probably the most well-known chant that I have on this list, and that is a Rock Chalk Jayhawk, which was from the University of Kansas. And the chant originated back in 1886. The University Science Club officially adopted the famous Rock Chalk chant in 1886 as a cheer created by chemistry professor E.H.S. Bailey. At first, his version was Rah Rah Jayhawk KU, repeated 3 times. Later, in place of the Rahs, an English professor suggested Rock Chalk, a transposition of chalk rock, the name for the limestone outcropping found on Mount Oread, which is on Kansas's campus. Rock Chalk Jayhawk is it's said quiet like 2 or 3 times. I think it's twice. It's very ominous. It's very quiet, and then they do it quick, like 3 times. They do this in pregame, and then they do it late in the game, and that's when you know that you're in trouble. Is when you realize if you're at the opposing team and you hear them start the Rock Chalk Jayhawk chant, you know you've lost. They always do it when they know they're gonna win, and it's it's almost creepy because it's not very exciting. It's not aggressive. It's just like it's weird. So here it is for you guys to hear. Here's Rock Chalk Jayhawk. So the next one I'm going to be talking about is from Georgetown University over in near the Washington D.C. area, and they have a rich basketball tradition. Even though they're not very good right now, back in the 80s and 90s, Georgetown was one of the top college basketball programs, and their chant is Hoya Saxa. And trying to do research on Hoya Saxa to find out like what on earth does that actually mean, because their name is the Georgetown Hoyas, and I could not find anything. Literally from HoyaSaxa.com, they're like the origin of Hoya Saxa, like no one knows. Hoya is Latin for what, and Saxa is Latin for rocks. So when they're chanting Hoya Saxa, they're really chanting what rocks. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And the chant was originated in the 1920s. So it's coming up on its 100-year anniversary. And it's just a classic example of a really historic basketball chant, even though it's kind of nonsensical now. Like, it's so ingrained in the program that students will be doing it. They don't even know what it means, and they still know to chant it when you're at a Hoyas basketball game, and it's really, really cool. So here it is for you guys to listen to. The next one I'm talking about is from a very small school. Nothing like University of Kansas or even Georgetown. This is from the Taylor Trojans, which is Taylor University up in Upland, Indiana. They compete in the NAIA, so they're not even affiliated with the the NCAA, and they are in the Crossroads League. Every year before Christmas break, Taylor University does what they call the Silent Night game. What they do is everyone will go dressed up as something crazy. Pajamas, you'll go dressed up as like your favorite superhero, whatever you want it to be. Student section will dress up. And then when the team hits their 10th point, the place goes crazy. Before then, I guess this is important to say, before the team hits their 10th point, everyone is completely silent. That's why it's called the Silent Night game. No cheering, nothing. You just sit there. But then once that 10th point is hit, the place goes ballistic. It goes crazy. And they've been doing this for 23 years. It started in 1997. And here's a crazy fact. Taylor University is 22-1 all time in Silent Night games. Obviously something works. And the fans go crazy. The fans are like on the court going crazy. So the team realized, you know what, instead of getting a technical foul because our fans are acting ridiculous, we're just going to automatically take a timeout once we score 10 points. So that is a way for the fans to act crazy, and the team doesn't have to take a technical foul for the craziness. And it's always played on the Friday before finals week, so students are like, cramming in for finals. This is a way for them to get out, get away from studying, just have a good time. And what's really cool is the school actually sponsors a Christmas party for after the game. The university does a Christmas party for all the students and for everyone. So it's really a big celebration, which I think is really, really cool. The stadium is like standing room only. Tickets are sold in advance. The place is packed. It's wild. And ESPN was actually there covering it a couple times. And what I think is also really, really neat about this tradition is at the end of the game, during the last minute or so, they start singing Silent Night, which is kind of the chant per se that I'm saying is one really cool, because like the game is a Silent Night game, so they all sing Silent Night at the end of the game, which I think is just a really, really cool experience. So here it is. You can see their Silent Night chant and them going crazy after they scored 10 points. So the last one I'm going to talk about for the best chants in college basketball is Utah State and Ohio have both done it. I know personally from Utah State doing it, but Ohio claims they invented it, so I really don't know. And trying to find history on this chant, there's really not much there. I don't know how old it is. I don't know who started it, when it started. I don't know anything about it, but what I do know is that it is completely savage. And it is one of my favorite chants in college basketball, and that is the winning team, losing team. It is just completely just obliterating to the other team, because if you're losing by 10 or 15 and the whole stand, 15,000 people are all screaming, you're the losing team, you stink, you do that, like, it's just a crazy atmosphere. And Utah State's not that big of a school. They're not that rich in history in college basketball, but the fans have passion there, right? Like, they are the epitome of what it means to be a fan of such an awesome sport. So here it is. Here's winning team, losing team in action, so you can decide what you think about the chant. All right, so those are the chants that I deemed were some of my favorites that I could find. And if you disagree, if there's chants you think should have been on the list, comment below and let me know what you think should have been on the list. Also, if you like the video, Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you want more content like this. And comment if you go to one of these schools, right? Let me know what your favorite chant is at your school. And I hope you have a great day, and this is Basketball Bro.